Good morning, students. Welcome back. Now, in the previous class, we were discussing about the different types of sentences. We discussed about what a sentence is, what are the different types, and we also discussed two types that were interrogative and assertive sentences. In today's video, we are going to learn about the exclamatory sentence and imperative sentences. Now, what is an exclamatory sentence? The simple definition for exclamatory sentence is a sentence that expresses certain feeling or emotion. Okay, a sudden feeling. Sudden means all of at once. All at once. Okay. Now, exclamatory sentence will carry an exclamation mark with it. Always remember that exclamation mark has to be present in a sentence to call it an exclamatory sentence. Now, the rules for forming an exclamatory sentences are here. We can add the word what or what before a noun to form an exclamatory sentence. Example, what a beautiful scenery. What a. We have used what a before a noun, okay, to make it an exclamatory sentence. And at the end of the sentence, you can see that we have put an exclamation mark. So this is the use of what a before a noun. Using what. What fun we are having. We have not used what a, we have used only what. What fun we are having, exclamation mark. Now both these sentences are expressing sudden feelings which were felt all of a sudden. Okay, so this is the thing that you have to remember always. A sudden feeling when expressed is called an exclamatory sentence. Okay? Now, there is one more word that we use before an adverb and or an adjective, that is how. Okay, so we are going to see examples with how. Now you can see these two examples are written with the help of how. We also use how to form exclamatory sentences. How can be used before an adjective or an adverb. The adjective given to you in the first example is loudly. Okay? And how can be placed before the adjective to form an exclamatory sentence with having the exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. Next example is meant on using how before an adverb. Careful is the adverb and how is used just before the adverb to make an exclamatory sentence. Also put an exclamation mark at the end. Okay, so these two are examples with how, using before the adjective and the adverb. So this was about exclamatory sentence. Now the next type of sentence that we are going to see is imperative sentence. Okay, so now let's understand what is imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are simply used to give a command, request, make a request or give a suggestion. Okay, that is why in the box I have written three words which we can easily see in an imperative sentences. Now whenever we find out the meaning, if the meaning is telling us about a command, request or a suggestion, or any of these three, advice, command, order, suggestion, if we find it out in a sentence, you can simply identify, you can simply say that it is an imperative sentences. It generally ends with a full stop or an exclamation mark. Okay? But if any of these messages is being carried in a sentence, simply understand that it is an imperative sentence. Now the first one I said, it gives suggestion, advice or a warning. Example, do be more careful when you drive. This is what? This is a suggestion. Do be more careful when you drive. This is a suggestion, this is an advice we give to people so that they can be safe. Please consult a doctor. Please consult a doctor. The moment we make use of the word please, always know that this is a request being made, because we use the term please. And the moment we remove please, consult a doctor, it becomes a suggestion, it becomes an advice. Now we talk about request. Request, I said we make use of please. Now what is command? Command is when we tell, when we speak, when we give an instruction to a person. Okay? Example, what all commands can we give? Don't move, get out of the car. Don't get in the car. Get out, come in. These all are commands. Okay? Which tells us about an instruction which has to be followed. Permit or prohibit something. Imperative sentence also tells us about a permit or prohibit something. To permit, to give any allowance, to allow something to happen, or to prohibit something not to happen. Example, do not park the car here. Do not sit here. Do not eat cold things. Okay? These are sentences which are categorized as imperative sentence. But the simple thing, the simple statement that you have to understand it for imperative sentence is that it always gives us a command, request, suggestion, advice, order, something to prohibit or something to permit. Okay? So today we learned about imperative sentences and exclamatory sentence. I will be sending you the notes so that you can understand the topic well. I will also send you the exercise on your WhatsApp. Kindly go through it, work on it, and then if you have any problem, we can discuss that in our next class. Thank you and have a nice day.